to another week of Dear Piggy's HTML CSS videos. In this video, we are going to be exploring the hover effect just a little bit more, and we are going to be doing the hidden hover effect. So this is another one of my favorites. It's kind of like a magic trick. So basically what we're going for is we are going to be having some sort of text that says like hover over me, and then when you hover over it, some new text is going to magically appear underneath. So it's kind of like the hidden hover effect. So let's get started. First, let's take a look at this slide. This is essentially what we're going for. We are going to introduce a slightly new topic, which is where you add in this hover effect, but specifically for one part. But I'll get to that in a second, so let's get started. Let's go to Replit and create your REPL. We are going to be using divs as well in this one, which we talked about that in the past couple of videos, something like that. So we should be pretty clear on what those are. They're basically just empty containers. So we're going to use a div to wrap everything up so that we kind of know that this is one of our sections. So we're going to say div \div. Now, in our div, we're going to have a paragraph tag that says, like, this is the paragraph text that is going to pop up after you hover. This is going to be like the magically appearing text. So we can say, peekaboo, I got you, right? So this is the paragraph within the div. Now, outside of the paragraph tag, but next to the div tag, I'm going to say, hover over me to see a surprise, and then I'm going to do a horizontal line separator. So now if we look at what we get, we basically see hover over me to see a surprise, and then peekaboo, I got you. So basically what I've done is I've created a div tag, added some text in the HR tag, and then in the middle of the div tag, I've added another paragraph tag. And you'll see where this comes into play in a minute. So the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make this disappear. So this has got to hide originally, right? So when I first run my code, this should be hidden. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to style the p tag in general, and this is where we're going to introduce a new property. So display, instead of inline or anything like that, we're going to say display none. So that way, when I run my code, you'll realize that it's gone. So because why? Because its display is none. There is no display. So using this, we've, well, temporarily hidden our p tag. So the next thing I want to do is I am going to code or style what happens after I hover over this text. So let's go over here and do it this way. This is a new skill to learn. Div::hover. We all know what this means. What should happen when you hover over the div, which is this area in general? Now I'm going to add another part and say p. What does this mean, guys? This is essentially saying what should happen when I hover over the p tag, when I hover over the div tag, but specifically for the paragraph tag. So div hover would mean only for all div, everything in the div, but if I add in a p here, this is saying what should I do when you hover over the div tag, but only for the p tag. So now we want the display to change to block, right? Because we want to be able to see it. So again, if you look here, div::hover p. This is saying when you hover over the div, something should happen, but only for the p tag. We only want to change the p tag. So then when I run my code, let's see what happens. Hover over me to see a surprise. Peekaboo, I got you. Peekaboo, I got you. Peekaboo, I got you. So when you hover, it does something. To make it a little bit more clear, we're going to give this kind of like a background color so you can kind of, it makes it look better. This is completely optional. We'll go with, what should we go with? Let's go with this light blue color. And then I'm going to give it a padding. Remember we talked about border and padding. I'm going to give it a border of 3 pixels, solid navy. And I'm going to give it padding of like 20 pixels. So all of this stuff down here, guys, is completely optional. It's just to make it look a little bit better. But basically what I've done now is when I hover over it, I've given it a background color of light blue, I've given it a border of navy, and I've told the text to kind of shift in from all sides by 20 pixels. So yeah, this is the second little fun project that I was telling you guys about. It is the kind of, I guess, hidden hover effect where you have a div wrapped around a p tag and there are special words in the div, and then you style the paragraph tag to have the display be none, you can't see it. And then this is the new thing that we learned today. This is saying what should happen when you hover over the div, but only for the p tag. So guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.